Are you special? Do you, like in school, did you have an IEP?
Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah, no, I'm genuinely, like, slow.
What?
Yeah.
Welcome to the club.
What?
Yeah.
I mean,
No, hold on. We have IEPs. What do you mean by slow?
Like, I'm a very slow learner.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think it's because, like, I do have ADHD. It has been, like, I think it's quite obvious by me always being, like, in my own world. Like,
I had never noticed.
Couldn't. No.
You don't have ADHD, do you?
No.
So it's do you have ADHD?
No.
So you and I have ADHD.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Did it affect your school? Like going to school? Like, did it fuck you up?
oh my god, I didn't pay attention a day. I was just doing my own shit.
How old were you when you got your IEP?
Maybe sophomore year.
Really? Oh, you were
that's
late.
Yeah, I know. No, I got it
Wow.
very late.
So I got mine in like 5th grade or something like that.
Mine was 4th grade after I got drugged up, and then I failed 4th grade, and they were like, "What do we do with them?"
Wait, I'm sorry. We just glossed over that pretty bit. You got drugged up?
Yeah, I got drugged up.
In the sense of you got drugs for your... What do you mean when you say drugged up?
I was a troubled kid. My parents like put me on heavy drugs.
Oh, okay.
And it just fucked me.
I was waiting to hear that in 4th grade you were like high on cocaine or something like that. That's what I was...
Cocaine, baby.
As a 4th grader, we don't touch cocaine. We're past that shit. We're into heroin territory.
Remember, like in 6th grade or whatever, 5th grade, whatever.
May I acquire some Joffrey's cousins?
One just went on the floor.
I'm not. I don't discriminate.
No, I know
May
how
I?
you felt.
That's very cool. Thank you so much.
Sorry.
Wait, what do you felt? What?
Remember, like in 6th, 7th grade, no, 6th, 5th grade, or whatever, when like Dare was like a thing, and like you always had those girls or people like, I would never touch drugs. Freshman year.
Look at them now.
They're all addicted to drugs.
Thank you for the gold. Here, take some out of mine. I already, just because
I can't look.
I don't share well, so just take like 3.
I won the Dare essay competition in my school.
Shut the fuck up. No, you didn't.
I have the bear and the pin somewhere.
Dare is such a failed program.
The bear is from the winning the essay thing?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, then I guess I won because I have the bear.
Do you really?
From you or your brother?
You get a medal?
Oh, wait, maybe it was from my brother. I don't know. I know
What
I have
is
the
a Dare
bear.
essay?
You know, you have to write the Dare essay in the Dare program.
You didn't do that?
If I did, I don't remember. I don't. Dare was like such a broken system when I was like growing up.
Does anyone remember the song?
No.
D, I won't do drugs. A, won't be an animal. R, I will respect myself. E, I will educate me. And then it just repeats and repeats.
Awful.
And repeats.
I hate that song.
The part that says respect yourself is really gets me.
Because of drugs?
Just in general, like, I don't know, that's a weird saying. I'm going to respect myself.
I mean, how is
Like,
that
I will
weird?
respect my body. Like, I won't do
No, I get
won't,
what it
like, put this
says,
stuff in
but,
my
like,
body.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't care about respecting myself in that regard.
Drugs? I don't trust that stuff. Not drugs. I mean, obviously I don't trust drugs.
You trust
I
drugs?
don't trust drugs, but like, I don't trust like Dare or any of that shit. It's all like government funded like programs that are just manipulative.
You know that cop is coming to the school high.
Oh, guaranteed. I was talking to a cop actually at a wedding. He was the officiant. He was a retired cop, and he's like, I never did drugs. Like, I never did weed before, like, whatever. But now that I'm like retired, it's the only way I can sleep. I'm like, yeah, okay. All right. If you look at like the way the government like treats drugs, like let's talk about weed for a second. Like it's a class A or whatever drug.
Are we gonna get into political stuff?
No,
It's not political.
Are you afraid of getting into deep conversation?
No, just political stuff.
What do you mean?
I don't think this is
I
political.
don't
Is
think
it
it's
not?
I don't think it's political at all.
Continue that. Continue.
Are you afraid of talking about drugs?
No.
Are you afraid to do drugs?
Well, no, I wouldn't do them.
No, me either.
What do you mean? Like, what about medications and stuff?
Well, yeah.
I don't really take medicine, honestly.
Okay.
Brandon's an anti-vaxxer.
No, I'm fully vaccinated.
No, I know.
But
I'm
like,
joking.
when I'm
And you
sick,
say you don't want to get. I'm sorry. You say you don't want to get political, and then you say the most political thing so far on the show.
True.
when I'm sick, I don't like. I'd rather fight through the pain. I'd rather take a nap before.
No, I'm the same. I am in the same way, but mine's probably more laziness.
No, I wouldn't say laziness.
Or I don't know. I just feel like if I don't need a drug, I don't want a drug.
No, not. It's more the fact of medicine. When like a lot of medicine, like I don't feel good when I take like, let's say, I don't know, NyQuil or whatever. I feel drowsy, obviously, because it makes you drowsy, whatever. Because why? What is the best way to heal your body? Sleeping, resting.
Yeah.
So all medicine has a little part of make you drowsy to fall asleep.
Not all of them.
I'm not saying. I'm saying some like medicine. That's how
they react with your body.
Yeah.
Sure. I'm talking like with DARE and like the government's involvement with drugs and stuff like that. It's very fugazi. It's very tricky. Now I don't remember all of like, so there's some facts that I'm like not hazy on. Also, anything we say on the show is strictly out of our brains. We are not professionals, so don't like assume we know what we're talking about ever. Well, I'm totally talking out of my ass of whatever my brain comes up with.
True.
But like marijuana was like a class A or class 1 drug or something like that,
Yeah.
which is on par with like having no medical benefits and stuff like that. Whatever. Obviously, that's not true. It's just the government is just controlling these types of substances. Obviously, heroin and like whatever, meth. These are dangerous, deadly drugs. But weed or like I'm trying to think of like psilocybin. Those are not on par with those things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's very twisted and manipulated.
Can I ask you guys a question? Do you guys remember? This is kind of old school YouTube, but you might remember FPS Russia. He was like a Russian guy that would make gun videos.
Wait, yes. Oh,
yes.
I know what you're
Hello,
talking
my
about.
friends. This is FPS Russia, and I'm gonna,
I do. He was in America, right?
he was
from
fake.
America?
He was fake. He's not even Russian.
Okay.
His name is
Yes.
Kyle Myers. Is his actual name?
Wait,
Yes.
is that the one who's like, I gave my pet Russian a gun, and then
Yeah. He was huge. He was the number one. He was the biggest subscriber YouTube channel for a period of time.
Really?
Like passing Ray William Johnson or before
No, passing Ray William Johnson.
Really?
Yeah, I mean
Very
his channel
impressive.
still has, I think, 10 million subscribers or something, though he hasn't made a video. And you may wonder, why did he stop making YouTube videos? Well, 2 reasons. One, there was a kind of a suspicious way that his business partner got murdered by shot.
That'll
So
cause
there
some
was
controversy.
some controversy there, but he started making videos again a couple of years after that controversy, and then it stopped. Well, why is that? Well, this guy who does a podcast called PKA, I'm a fan of that. It's been going on for like
He
10
does
plus
it?
years. Yeah, he's part of the podcast.
Okay.
So it's one of the longest podcasts ever running. It's past 10 years now.
Good.
But anyway, he had some issues with the government with some marijuana. So he would get his marijuana delivered in the mail.
Okay.
And I was part of it. And I guess some agency figured that out or whatever, and they tried to go after him for state charges because he lives in Georgia, where it's definitely not legal.
Right.
And they actually arrested him, and they arrested him wrong. So he actually got away with it. But then the feds came in. The federal government decided to press charges on him because he has a weapons license to manufacture weapons. So all of a sudden, essentially what he got caught with was a little bit of marijuana. It was not selling or anything like that, but he had a text message on his phone that the police took, of course, and the text message said that, oh yeah, when you get over, to his girlfriend. It was a text to his girlfriend, hey, when you come over, we can have some weed. Well, because he had that text message, it was now considered drug trafficking. And for every weapon that he had, it was additional up to 10 years of imprisonment, because if you have marijuana and you're drug trafficking with a weapon, that is how, so he was facing, because he had hundreds of guns. There was a point in time in this process in court that he had quite literally hundreds of years worth of, more than a person's lifetime.
Is he in jail?
He ended up going to prison.
Fuck.
They reduced it significantly. But by the way, it's just like they took all of his guns, $1 million plus in guns that he owned.
$1 million?
They destroyed them all. Yeah, because he had hundreds of weapons.
Oh my god.
They destroyed them. So he lost millions of dollars. This court battle and everything took like 3-4 years, which cost him hundreds of thousands of dollars. Wow. He ended up in prison, federal prison, for 3 months, and was on federal probation for 2 years, which he just got out of last week.
That's so fucked.
Just because he had a little bit of marijuana.
That's so fucked up.
Okay, yeah, that's...
Yep. But the thing is, that happens to so many people.
Right.
The only reason I know this story is because he's kind of a minor league celebrity.
Yeah.
And he had the money to fight it, quite honestly. The only reason he got 3 months instead of
good lawyers?
10 years is he had good lawyers. That's really it. So how many people are in prison for stupid shit like, all of a sudden you had drugs, but now you were going to share it with your wife or girlfriend or whatever, boyfriend, whatever, and now it's considered drug trafficking?
That's
Yeah,
really
that's
fucked
a
up.
really dumb
Now
charge.
that's
for
why
that.
it's like a tricky line because like Jersey now is like legal. Well, it's still in the process of getting legal.
You can smoke it. It's legal.
But like, that's the thing. What I'm wondering if the government's gonna like take the people that are in jail for like
And
little,
release them?
not release them, but like not all of them that are like have big drug amounts actually selling, but like just a little like whatever.
Well, the problem is a lot of these charges they're overcharged. So like, sure, you might say, okay, we're going to release everyone that has minor drug charges, but how many people just had a little bit of marijuana, but because of some technicality, now they're in for drug trafficking or drug dealing
That's
or something
really
like that?
fucking twisted.
But here's the other problem: until all the states can legalize it, sure, but until the federal government gets their shit together, that does not stop the federal government from still pressing charges in states where it's legal. So technically, on a technical level, I'm not saying this would normally happen, but sure, let's say in New Jersey it's legal. You could smoke in front of a cop. I wouldn't do that today still, but you could. But if you smoke in front of an FBI agent who's a federal officer, you're committing a crime as far as he's concerned. On a federal law, he could still arrest you. You could still be prosecuted
Really?
in federal
That's why
court.
I think it's such a tricky line of like why like it's confusing for some people. Even confusing to me. I don't even do that shit.
Right.
But like, it's such a fine line that like they have to find that fine line and get it together.
They don't care.
Of
They just
course.
want money off it.
Of course.
That's what I'm saying. What, you legalize and tax the hell out of it.
But like, here's the thing: who's gonna take in charge of it? The cigarette company. Think about it.
I don't think.
No,
Actually,
I don't
I
think
don't
so.
think that's true. It
Really?
would have already. To be quite honest, there's a $1 billion legalized weed industry already in this country.
Is there?
Multi-billion, yeah.
Weed's huge, man. I mean, it's just also fucking twisted because like if you look at like alcohol. All right, this is getting like deep into like the politics of drug use, but like alcohol, right, was once illegal, now legalized and like is everywhere, and is like the social norm drug. Like that is a drug that people are just like cool with, but is like not only one of the most dangerous, but the most damaging as well.
Totally, yeah.
Which is just baffling to me why the government decided. There's a quote, I forget who even said it, but there was a quote about why they were cracking down on marijuana, and it was what, to crack down on like the blacks and the hippies, right?
I know what you're talking. I've
there's
heard
a
that.
quote.
Yeah.
I don't. It's just it's all politics.
It was some important person that
He was
made
like a
really,
president.
really bad comment. It would not hold up today.
Oh god.
It was just like it was all like
It was
structured
essentially
plan.
like those Negroes and their alcohol, and
Yeah. It was black people and hippies were like a targeted
destroying this country.
demographic
Yeah.
by the government, and they couldn't just like stop them due to freedom of speech. They couldn't just stop the protesting, for people to have equal rights.
Yeah.
So instead, they just were like, well, let's just make something that's really popular within their community illegal, and just destroy them that way.
Can I say this though? I'm very proud of this in a
Okay.
way. We're getting better. This drug thing is gonna, or at least marijuana is, it's gonna be done very
Yeah,
soon.
definitely. I think in the next 10 years.
It's bridging party lines. Like, I'm not going to say this person's name. I'm not going to put them out there. However, a fairly close family friend of mine who is late 70s, so he's older.
Yeah.
Very hardcore Trump, supporter. Okay, very hardcore conservative. He's been his whole life. He's businessman, older guy.
Sure.
Your stereotypical conservative Republican. You know what makes him go to sleep every night? His marijuana cookies and brownies and stuff that
Wow.
he enjoys every night to go to sleep. Now, this is not the person you would think would be, consuming those things.
Right.
But the fact that this older, very conservative Republican is full on, he's full support for marijuana. So one liberal thing he's like full on support of. There's a lot of people like him out there. It is starting to bridge the party lines.
Wow.
Even the people that were fighting marijuana like 10 years ago have really forgotten why they're even really fighting it anymore. I give it 5 more years and the marijuana thing
You
will be
think
done
5?
with.
I say I definitely. Yeah, I mean that'd be nice. That's like perfect. I would say within 10 years we'll be fine. Honestly, I think within the next 10 years, marijuana and psilocybin will be.
I don't know the second one.
I don't know that at all.
Shrooms.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Definitely will be
Yeah,
decriminalized.
they don't kill people really, do they?
Shrooms?
Yeah.
No.
Just give you
no.
Doesn't it like trip you out or whatever?
Yeah, it's just.
Yeah, it's a psychedelic.
Yeah, so like, why would they make that legal?
What
Well,
do
if
you
it,
mean?
I mean,
What's
if it doesn't do any actual
doesn't do
harm
any
to you,
damage.
and it doesn't,
It-
yeah.
so let me give you an example.
can
Cancer patients, their mass study giving them psilocybin has made, like, terminal cancer people, has made their feelings on what's going on significantly better. It has cured their depression. It has helped them come to terms with death. There are countless reasons why psilocybin should be used as a medical substance. I mean, you know, not to shout out Joe Rogan, my boy, but, like, you know, same thing with, like, DMT, just like the psychedelic world. It's a whole other. The reason why the government made psychedelics illegal is to prevent future social movements. Right. I mean, if you look at
It's
like
all about control.
it's all about control. It's all about control. If you look at, like,
Making me
just throughout
depressed.
history, coffee. Did you know coffee used to be illegal?
Yeah.
Wait, really?
Coffee's a drug.
Some
Caffeine
coffee
is a drug.
is still illegal.
Sure, I'm sure
Like,
it is.
I think it's like Cuban coffee or like something. There's certain places where I know it's illegal to get coffee from.
if you look at each human, like, revolution, each, like, large human advancement, there is usually some sort of substance involved with that large advancement. Coffee, could be wrong on the exact timeline here, but I'm pretty sure coffee was, like, the driving force for the Industrial Revolution.
I wouldn't doubt that.
I'm pretty sure that coffee was what started that. Started this great talk. Alcohol was the working man throughout the 90s. Marijuana is going to be the enlightening age, 100% guaranteed.
The enlightening age.
Yeah, it's just, you know, like, when it comes to, like,
I feel like we're
outward
playing a
thinking and
game of
stuff like that.
civilization right now. It's like we just entered the enlightening age.
That's right. We get advancements each
You know,
time. We get a new substance.
Just smoke in the lightning age. Just a smoky.